Hi, thank you so much for joining our podcast. Do you want to start by introducing yourself and telling us what you do?
Yeah, so Jeff Scott, I am the Group Vice President of Community Development and Industry Growth for the National Hockey League. What we're responsible for is truly, identifying and creating, strategic opportunities for all 32 of our clubs to ensure that we're investing in the communities, right? To ensure that we're making the game accessible, affordable, creating opportunities to ensure that the game is not only reflective of our communities, but we're investing so that the future of the game is bright and sustainable and thrives.
That's awesome. What are some things that the clubs do to have the kids get access to the sports?
Well, yeah,
To
so we have
hockey?
various programs and initiatives. Some that we, are most proud about is our Learn to Play program, which is what we call it here in the U.S. It's also known as First Shift in Canada. And it's an opportunity where it lowers the cost of entry for new families and new participants. So a program looks like an average of, let's just say, $200, right? Which we know hockey is a sport where when you enter into it, it can be quite expensive.
Yeah.
So to have, an entry point where $200+ gives you head to toe equipment, gives you multiple weeks, anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks of on ice curriculum and development, really introduces families to the sport to really kickstart them, into having, a future in hockey.
Yeah.
But then why we're here, specifically for the RCX Sports Summit is to celebrate the work and the accomplishments around NHL STREET, which is our ball hockey initiative, right? Our ball hockey platform. And when we talk about accessibility, this is probably the number one most accessible form of hockey because to play ball hockey, you can play it anywhere, right? You don't need ice, you don't need skates, you don't need head to toe equipment. But with ball hockey, all you need is a smooth, safe, playing surface. If you happen to have two nets and a handful of sticks, guess what? You can make it happen. And so we're excited about, NHL Street. We're gaining a lot of momentum and traction across, national organizations, our clubs, school-based communities, to really address the gap that we're finding with accessibility.
Do you think cost is the biggest challenge when it comes to hockey for accessibility?
There are multiple, opportunities, I won't necessarily call them challenges, but opportunities to continue to grow the sport. But yes, we are seeing, equipment now, and this is pretty much across many sports, but, because you require so much to play the sport, it can be costly.
Yeah.
But I would also say infrastructure and access are additional barriers, to play ice hockey.
Right.
Because you do need ice rinks, and many places don't have ice rinks, unless you're in the Northeast. But here we are in beautiful Florida. There are only a handful of rinks. So to find a solution to that, that's where ball hockey comes into place.
Yeah, and can kids of any age start at ball hockey? I imagine it's a bit easier.
Listen, not even kids. I mean, we just hosted an event down in South Florida a few weeks ago where we actually set a U.S. record for the largest one-day ball hockey tournament.
It's awesome.
And we had close to 800 participants. But the fun fact, to piggyback on your question, we had participants as young as 3 years old to as old as 75 years old.
Yeah.
So to be able to play and access it, regardless of your age, your ability, your
Right.
familiarity with the sport, ball hockey does give us that opportunity to participate and play.
That's awesome. How have the families responded to it? Like the opportunity to get out there?
You know what? The opportunity was exceeded our expectations, right? Because people are, psychologically, limited when they think, oh, I might not have the dexterity to play or to skate or to, handle the ball. But once they tried ball hockey, whether it had been their first time or they were professionals, because there are professional ball hockey leagues, everyone met on this common ground and was able to have an amazing time.
That's awesome.
To be able to just do something either that was their first time or their 100th time.
Yeah.
To be able to play and feel active and comfortable
Yeah.
with the sport.
Yeah, I imagine it's really fun.
Yeah, yeah.
And some of those skills probably transfer over too, like the stick handling skills over to the ice. That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
I mean, the hand-eye coordination, the hand-foot coordination, whether you might have a soccer background
Yeah.
or a field hockey background
Yeah.
or even, any field, sport,
Yeah.
once they realized, oh, this doesn't feel as foreign,
Yeah.
you saw a lot of people having fun and asking, where can I do this again?
Yeah.
What are the opportunities out there?
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Thank you for being here at Summit. We really appreciate your time and hope you enjoy the conference.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me.
It was
Thank you
so
for
nice.
having me. You
Thank
got
you.
it.